Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video we're gonna talk about English grammar lessons, parts of speech. Parts of speech that is very most important English grammar lessons. We need to learn these things must. Otherwise we can't construct any sentences or we can't understand any meanings of the sentences, okay? In this video that will help you to understand all about parts of speech and its all types. So all you need to do to watch the full video till the end and listen to me very carefully. And if you're new in my channel, then make sure you have subscribed my channel for all latest updates. So without further any delay, let's move on to the video. So what is parts of speech? Every word we use in a sentence belongs to a particular class. This classification of words are called parts of speech. The words are divided into 8 classes such as noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. That 8 classes combination is called parts of speech. First of all, let's talk about the noun. Okay, a noun that denotes the name of a person, place and thing. For example, the sky is blue. The dog is a faithful animal. Next, honesty is the best policy. Gold is a precious metal. In these following sentences, sky, dog, honesty, gold, they are referring name of a thing. And the noun has its 5 classes. They are proper noun, common noun, material noun, collective noun, and abstract noun. So let's talk about the proper noun. A noun which names a particular person, place, or thing is called proper noun. For example, Arnab, there is a name of a particular person. Jaipur, that names a particular place, and the telegraph names a particular thing. The following words are proper noun. Proper noun include the name of person, countries, cities, towns, villages, historical places, rivers, ships, mountains, months of a year, days of the week, festivals, books, newspaper, and etc. Proper noun always begin with a capital letter. Now we will gonna talk about common noun. A noun that gives common name to places, person or thing of a same kind is called a common noun, okay? A noun that gives a common name to places, persons or it can be things of the same kind is called a common noun. It means the name given in common to every person, thing or places for the same class or kind, like boy, girl, city, school, etc. The words book, pen, river, mountain, train, bird, animal, city, etc. are called common nouns. For example, Ganga, Yamuna and Mahanadi Padma are name of the rivers. Okay, here the word river is common noun. But Ganga is the name of a particular river, so the word Ganga is a proper noun. Similarly, the words Yamuna, Mahanadi, Padma are also proper noun, but river is a common noun. Now let us talk about material noun, a noun which means the matter or substance of which things are made of, like silver, cotton, glass, coal, wheat, rice, etc. It refers to the type of substance instead of individual particles of the substance. For example, my mom purchased a gold ring for me. My mom purchased a gold ring for me. Okay? Cotton dresses are very cheap and comfortable. Cotton dresses are very cheap and comfortable. In the both sentences, gold and cotton are material noun. Now let us talk about abstract noun. An abstract noun is the name of some state, quality, feeling, or idea that we can only think of it or we can feel of it, but we can't touch or see it. Words like hate, beauty, truth, love, anger, height, honesty, wisdom, youth, etc. are abstract noun. We can feel it, but we can't touch or see it. What we touch or see It is a hot object, not heat. Now we're gonna talk about collective noun. A collective noun is the name of collection of person or things taken together and spoken of as a whole. A collective noun can be used as a common noun too. We can think of teams, armies, bundles, etc. Words that like army, branch, bunch, pack, fleet are called collective noun. For example, an army of soldiers. An army of soldiers. Next, a pack of dogs. A pack of dogs. Bunch of keys or bunch of grapes. A crowd of people. A crowd of people. Team of players. Team of players. Army, pack, bunch, team, crowd. They are the examples of collective noun. Now going to the next part, that is pronoun. A pronoun is a word which is used instead of a noun. Remember, which is used instead of a noun to avoid repeating the same nouns. Means a pronoun is used in a place of noun. For example, Mrs. Veena Gupta is the principal of this school. We can replace this sentence with a pronoun like she is the principal of the school, she is a great educationist, all the students respect her. Here in the sentence, we have used she and her, that is pronoun. There are 8 kinds of pronouns. Number 1, that is personal pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, reflexive pronoun, empathic pronoun, possessive pronoun, relative pronoun, indefinite pronoun. Now first I will discuss about personal pronoun. So what is personal pronoun? A pronoun that stands for a person or a thing is called a personal pronoun. I, we, you, he, she, him, her, they and them are called personal pronouns because they used instead of these 3 personal. 1, that is the person speaking, 2, the person spoken to, and 3, the person spoken of. There are 3 forms of person. Number 1, first person, second person and third person. I have created this chart for you to understand more easily. First person we can use in the singular sentences like I, me, mine, therefore singular. But plural we can use we, us and ours. For the second person we can use you and yours. And for the plural sentences we also use you and yours. And the third person in singular form we have to use he, she, him, her, hers and it. Here he is for male gender and she is for female gender. And for the plural sentences we can use they, them and theirs, that use for both masculine and feminine gender. For example, I am feeling very hungry. Can you give me something to eat? I am feeling very hungry. Can you give me something to eat? In this sentence, I am, you and me. They are called personal pronoun. Now let's take a note of these following points. 1, that is, the noun which a pronoun stands for is called its antecedent. The noun which pronoun stands for is called its antecedent. 2, a pronoun must agree with its antecedents in its number and gender, etc. For example, you should talk to Renu, she needs your help. You should talk to Renu, she needs your help. Both Renu and she is singular number and feminine gender. Next one, that is I, you, he, she, it and they acts as subject of a verb, and me, you, him, her, it and them, there acts as the object of the verb. For example, I believe him. I believe him. In the sentence, I, that is subject of the sentence, and him, that is the object of the sentence. You and it can act as the subject of the verb. For example, you didn't attend the meeting. You didn't attend the meeting. Next one, everybody missed you. Everybody missed you. In the first sentence, we are using you as a subject of the sentence. But for the second sentence, we are using you as the object of the sentence. Now we're gonna look at demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronoun that is used to point out the object or subject which it refers to called a demonstrative pronoun. Let us see the following sentences. This is a mango tree. That is the pink dress. These are mango trees. Those are apple trees. These pronouns are used to point out the object or subject which they refers to. These, that, these, those are called demonstrative pronoun. Now we will talk about interrogative pronoun. A pronoun that is used to ask a question is called interrogative pronoun. For example, who is absent today? What is your name? Which is your book? Whom did you meet? In these following sentences, who, what, which, whom, they are the examples of interrogative pronoun. Now that is reflexive pronouns. The pronouns that is myself, ourselves, yourself, yourselves, himself, herself, itself and themselves. They are used as the receiver of an action are called reflexive pronoun. For example, I enjoyed myself. She enjoyed herself. We enjoyed ourselves. In sentence number 1, I and myself stands for the same person. For the second sentence, we and ourselves also stand for the same person. And for the third sentence, she and herself also stands for the same person. Now we will talk about empathic pronoun. Okay, empathic pronoun is also called emphasizing pronoun. A pronoun used to convey emphasis is called emphasizing pronoun. For example, I myself locked the door. She herself told me so. In the sentence, myself, herself, they are the example of emphasizing or empathic pronoun. And so let's talk about the difference between reflexive pronoun and empathic pronoun. Reflexive pronoun receives an action. Okay? For example, I blame myself. Here, myself, that is reflexive pronoun that receives an action of blaming. Okay? But for the emphasizing pronoun, that emphasizes some fact. For example, I myself locked the door. Here, myself emphasize locked the door. Moving to the next pronoun, that is possessive pronoun. A pronoun that shows possession is called a possessive pronoun. For example, this is my car. That car is mine. In sentence number 1, my qualifies the noun car. So my is an adjective. We know that it is a possessive adjective. But in the second sentence, the same thing is a different way. Here mine is a pronoun since mine shows possession of something. My, that is possessive adjective, and mine, that is possessive pronoun. Now just see the chart. For the first person singular number, we can use mine, but plural forms we have to use ours. Second person, yours, and also plural, that will be yours. And for the third person singular number, his or hers, and plural, that will be theirs. Now we're gonna look at relative pronoun. A relative pronoun relates a noun to a group of words that follow. For example, where is the man who gave you this news? Next, this is the book which you have been looking for. Next, here are the colors that you wanted. In the sentences, the words like who, which, that, they have been just used as relative pronoun. They relate a noun to the group of words that follow the noun. For the following above sentences, the man who gave you this news, in the sentence who is the relative pronoun that follows the man. Okay? For the second one, which, that follows the book. And the third one, that follows the colors. The noun to which a relative pronoun refers back is called antecedent. The word man is the antecedent of the relative pronoun of who. Similarly, the words book and colors are the antecedent of the relative pronouns which and that respectively. We use who with people, the man who, and which with things, like the book which, and that can be used both with people and things. Now we're gonna talk about indefinite pronoun. It refers to persons or things in a general way, but to no one or nothing in particular. For example, none of Tagore's poems are included here. None of Tagore's poems are included here. Next one. Someone has stolen my purse. Someone has stolen my purse. Next one. There is one who telling the lie. There is one who telling the line. Take a note of it. Some indefinite pronouns are anybody, everybody, nobody, somebody, anyone, everyone, none or no one, someone, anything, everything, nothing or something. They are the examples of indefinite pronoun. It usually used to refer to people or things without saying exactly who or what they are. We use pronouns ending in body or ending with one for people and pronouns which are ending with thing for things. Okay? For example, everybody enjoyed this concert. Next, I opened the door but there was none. Next one, everything was ready for the party. Now moving to the next part, that is adjectives. What are the adjectives? Adjectives are describing words. They tell us about what kind of, or how many, or how much, or what color, and person and places, or animals and things, etc. Now let's talk about the kinds of adjectives. Usually there are 8 kinds of adjectives, like adjective of quality, adjective of quantity, adjective of number, for demonstrative adjective, interrogative adjective, possessive adjective, distributive adjective, and last one, proper adjective. Let's discuss about adjective of quality. It describes the quality of a person or thing. For example, the teacher asked a difficult question. Next, she told a funny story. In the sentences difficult and funny, they're the adjective of quality. Okay? An adjective of quality tells us about the question of what kind of. I'm discussing the whole parts of speech in one video. So if you watch the video till the end, I hope that will clear your all doubts regarding parts of speech and its types too. Now going to the next topic, adjective of quantity. Adjective of quantity specifies the quantity of a thing. Okay? For example, we have enough food for a month. Next, we need some food also. Next, you gave me much trouble. Adjective of quantity tells us about how much. Now, adjective of number. Adjective of number tells how many persons or things are meant. For example, 5 passengers got into the bus. Many friends helped him. He can speak several languages. Adjective of number tells us about the question of how many. I have a separate video on the adjective whole chapter. If you want to know more, I will give the link in the description or cards. You can check from there. Next one, demonstrative adjective. It used to point out some person or thing. For example, these walls need to be painted. Next, such students always get good marks. In these sentences, this and such are the examples of demonstrative adjective. Some demonstrative adjectives are these, that, those, yonder, such, and certain. After that, interrogative adjectives. An adjective which, when used with a noun, ask a question is called an interrogative adjective. For example, what question did the teacher ask? Next, which umbrella is yours? After that, whose painting is this? Interrogative adjectives are used to ask questions, okay? What, which, whose, all WH words are the examples of interrogative adjectives. Next, possessive adjectives. Possessive adjectives shows possession or belongings of something. For examples, your dress are elegant. Our car needs repair. After that, we went to her house. In this following sentences, your, our, we, that's the examples of possessive adjectives. Now we will talk about distributive adjective. It refers to each one of a number is called a distributive adjective. Distributive adjectives are kind of an adjective of number. Okay, remember that point. That are the kind of a number. For example, every child must be sent for a medical checkup. Next, neither candidate was found suitable. In the sentences, every and neither, they're the example of distributive adjective. And the last adjective, proper adjective. An adjective derived from a proper noun is called a proper adjective. For example, Indian doctors enjoy a good reputation. Next, Chinese goods are not very durable. In this sentence, we can see there is a word India and China. Okay, they are proper noun. But we are using Indian and Chinese. For this, that is proper adjective. Now moving to the next part, verb. A verb is used to say or assert something about a person or a thing. It says what a person or thing does, what a person or thing is, or what a person or thing has. A verb denotes doing, being, and possessing of something. Let's see the examples for doing verb. The baby is sleeping soundly. The shopkeeper cheated me. In the sentence, sleeping and cheated, they are the examples of doing verb. Now, let's see the examples of for being verb. My father was angry with me. She is a sweet girl. In the sentence, was and is, they are the examples of being verb. And for possessing, a car has 4 wheels. My mother had a guitar. In these sentences, we can see a possession. Has and had, they are the examples of possessing verb. Please remember that point. Most of the verbs are doing verbs. Be and its forms suggest being. Have and its forms are suggest possessing. There can be no sentence without a verb. Now we will talk about kinds of verbs. First, we will talk about transitive verb. So what is transitive verb? A verb that requires an object to complete its meaning is called transitive verb. Remember, a verb that requires an object to complete its meaning. For example, Ruchi likes, Deepika ate, she loved, he praised. We notice that these sentences are complete. The verb requires object to complete their sense. If we add objects to these verbs, the meaning becomes complete. Like Ruchi likes mango. Okay? Deepika ate chocolate. She loves her pet. He praised for her. We are adding some object with the sentences to complete its meaning. Like mango, her pet, chocolate, for her. And so what about intransitive verb? A verb that doesn't require an object to make sense but makes a good sense by itself is called an intransitive verb. Remember that point? A verb that doesn't require an object. But intransitive verb, we can see a verb that requires an object to complete its meaning, but intransitive verb that doesn't require an object to complete sense. They can make a good sense by itself, that is called intransitive verb. For example, Mohan walked, the river flowed, the baby cried, he smiled. These sentences are quite meaningful. The verb in this sentence doesn't require any object to complete the sense. That is intransitive verb. Now, detransitive verb. A verb that can have 2 objects is called detransitive verb. Verbs like being, send, tell, give, offer, teach, write, etc. often used as transitive verb. For example, the teacher taught us a new lesson. In this sentence, taught, the verb that is transitive verb. Us here, that is an indirect object. A new lesson, that is direct object. Now we are going to discuss about auxiliary verbs and main verbs. Auxiliary verbs are verbs that use with another verb or main verb to make tenses and passive forms, etc. For example, she has left. In this sentence, has, that is auxiliary verb, and left, that is main verb. Next one, he has making a new project. In this sentence, was, that is auxiliary verb, and making, that is the main verb of this sentence. After that, modal auxiliaries. Modal auxiliaries are auxiliary verbs that can't be used as main verb. Remember that point. Modal auxiliary verbs can't be used as main verb. In addition to the three primary auxiliary verbs like be, have, and do, there are 11 modal auxiliaries like will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, used to, and ought to. Now we will just talk about finite verb and non-finite verb. To any verb like to write, to pray, an ing verb like writing, praying, playing are called non-finite verb, okay? And other verbs are called finite verb. I am discussing its part with the short way, but if you want to know more about this topic elaborately, comment me, then I will post another video on this topic. Now we will talk about adverbs. So what are the adverbs? An adverb is a word that adds something to the meaning of a verb and an adjective or another verb. For example, they walked silently. They walk silently. In this sentence, silently, that is adverb. The adverbs are 6 types: adverb of manner, place, time, frequency, degree, and interrogative. In my channel, there are separate video on adjective and adverbs. So if you want to know more about adverbs or adjective, I will give the link on the cards or description. Check from there immediately. Now moving to the next part, that is preposition. A preposition is a word which shows the relation between a noun or a pronoun and some other words in a sentence. Let us see the examples first. The teacher was angry on me. Somebody is knocking at the door. Don't lean against the wall. In those sentences, on, at, and against are the examples of prepositions. For example, in sentence number 1, on, the word that shows the relation between the wall, that is noun, and the painting, that is also a noun, okay? Different prepositions shows different relations. For example, under the tree, near the tree, behind the tree, over the tree. That suggests different relations with the tree. So we should be careful in the uses of prepositions. Prepositions can be classified in various ways. Number 1, preposition of time, place, and direction, and the movement. But here I am not discussing the parts. If you want to know more about preposition, then comment me. I will make another video on it, okay? So I hope that video is quite longer, so please connect it with me. I'm just trying to cover the whole chapter in one video. Now moving to the next part, that is conjunctions. A conjunction is a word that is used to join words, group of words, or sentences. For example, Ria and Lucy are sisters. Ria is simple but Lucy is clever. In this sentence, I have joined the both sentences with and but. So and but are the examples of conjunctions. Besides and but, there are so many conjunctions that will help us to join sentences. So if you want to know more about conjunctions, I will give the link in the description or cards. Check from there immediately. And finally, the last topic, that is interjection. An interjection is a word which expresses some sudden feelings. We always put an exclamation mark after an interjection. For example, hello, I am glad you have come. Next one, hooray, I have stood first in the class. Next one, alas, the great leader is no more. The word interjection means thrown in, okay? So an interjection is a word thrown in to express some sudden feelings. Otherwise, it doesn't disturb the sentence at all. Let's take a note of some most common interjections to express your feelings, okay? Number 1, hooray, that express our joy. Hello, the word used just to greet someone, okay? Next, hush, an indication to be quiet. Next one, what? Surprise or anger. Wow, that is also a surprise or pleasure. Next one, alas and ah, that used to express our grief. Next one, oh, that used to express our sadness or wonder. Next one, bravo, that used to express our appreciation. Next one, hum or hump, that used to express our exclamation of something. Next one, fie and shame, that used to express our hate and shamefulness. And that was the whole lesson of today. I hope that video will really helpful for you to understand the lesson parts of speech very easily. And if you have any doubt or query in this topic or chapter, then please comment me in the comment section. I will reply with my best. And please subscribe this channel for get notified when I post a new video every day. Keep watching and keep learning.